My name is John Dennett. I'm ex-Royal Navy. I joined the Navy when I was 17 and served in it from 1942 to 1946. I'm a lucky lad. I'm still here. I'm 99 at the moment. So I consider myself one of the lucky ones. And I often think how lucky I am when I realise all that I've been through and all those who gave their lives for the freedom what we enjoy today. I volunteered in 1942. 1941-42 was a terrible winter, and I was apprentice bricklayer at the time, working with my dad, and we were building air raid shelters and all that sort of thing on different huts on different camps for the soldiers and airmen what were being called up. And everything was froze up on the building, so we had to stop work. And where I live, a little village called Shaw in Wiltshire, just up the road at Corsham, is where they get the Bath and Portland stone from, under the ground. And they were building a factory under there to store ammunition, and so we were diverted under there. All the bricklayers and their labourers and their mates sent underground to carry on building this munitions factory. Always having been outside in the fresh air, working underground is a different kettle of fish. The first few days is a novelty, but then it grows on you. And me and my friend, who I'd been 3 weeks, I put over for 3 weeks, we decided we'd have a go at one of the breaks, go down to Bristol on the train and volunteer for the Army or Navy or whatever. So we took our chance and disappeared and went down to Bristol, and they gave us a medical and took all our particulars. And then 3 weeks later we were I'd volunteered for the Navy. So 3 weeks later I had a notice to travel to Plymouth with a day voucher, and I'd be in the Navy. And my mum said, "You can't go." And I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "No, you can't leave us like this." So my dad said, "Oh, let him go, it'll do him good." But she would not give me my birth certificate, and she must have thought that I'd be back home in the next week. But it didn't work out that way. They didn't want to know about birth certificates. As long as they had somebody coming into the Navy, they were quite happy to give them an examination and put them in the training camp. And after 10 weeks of training, we was ready to be sailors on the ship. So we were sent into Devonport, which is just across the road or across the river from the training camp, and HMS Drake, as it's called. And we wait there until you get what you call a draft jet. I don't know exactly how long it wasn't long. But I got a draft ship to go to America. And we all piled on a train, went up to Greenock, that's right, in the Clyde, and boarded the Queen Elizabeth, which was a big liner in them days, and she was taking troops and that to various places. At this time she was going to America, so we all piled on her, and it took us about 5 days, I think, which is quite good for a ship, because there's quite a way in it as well.